Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Stephen here with another quick update. If you're new, thanks for checking out the video. Today we're just in the garage lock up to pick up a few orders. I was moaning a bit in my last video, just life got us a bit down, but we're how things turn out. We just had a massive influx of orders, I suppose, over the last sort of 7 days compared to what it's been like for the last few weeks. So yeah, it's nice getting rid of some of this stuff in here, as you can see. So yeah, a few little single book sales and a few other sort of bundles as well. So we'll get a few off a shelf. I already had made a start down here with a couple. So yeah, we'll have a quick look what's sold and have a little bit of a total up at the end, and see what we've made. So yeah, things are looking good. eBay broken, then unbroken, so good news. But yeah, we'll have a quick look at what we've got and we'll put a few sort of solds up on the screen as well. So yeah, let's have a look. Now I'd like to say here's a couple I had already picked off a shelf. I was totally unprepared. I was going to go home and finish my Archer's bacon roll, but instead I just stopped in on a lockup to grab these orders. So yeah, some of these I will just explain. Like I say, a couple of weeks back, just these eBay sales plummeted, lost my promoted listings, the other video before this one. So yeah, sales have been really sort of hammered, unfortunately. But I did put coupons out for 20% off, I think, up until this weekend coming, so like 9th of November, which I think has probably just helped to get a couple of little sales in, a couple of books that had just sat on the shelf for a while. It's nice to get them out and get some new ones in, hopefully worth a bit more money. But this one was a Best of BB anthology, I think probably around $7.99. I'm going to be doing that through Yodel. I'm going to do literally a lot more stuff through Yodel now because it's $2.69 for postage on something like that. This is a book about volcanoes. Been in possession of this one for a few months. Prices online are anywhere around about 70 to 30. I've sat for the higher price for quite some time, but finally it's sold. Quite an old rare book, 1862. With a loose map and a few torn pages, so it's finally gone, all been noted on the list, but I think we got like 32 quid for this book in the end. It's a nice little result. Girls Own Annual, this is another one we got from like our most recent house clearance. Honestly, thousands of books came from that property. But yeah, this one, I think we've got quite a few of these copies actually, the Girls Own Annuals. So this was a bit of a test listing, got about a tenner for it. Actually, I do believe this particular lady had bought a bundle, so we shall have a look on the shelf here. Yeah, that's the one. Very old, 1800s, A Frog He Would A Wooing. But yeah, it's a very old. Take us out, children play the piano or something. But yeah, cool little pictures, aren't it? But I think we got about £5 or £10 for that. Again, I'll put the solds up, but these ones are part of a bundle so far. I think the lady bought something else. What was it? Sydney Appleton's 12 Flowers, or British Flower and Plants even. Well and truly wedged in there. That's it, Sydney Appleton's. Again, I'll put a comps up on screen, but 1910 I think, colour plates. Not a huge amount of money. I think it's around about 10-15 quid, something like that we got for that one. Feel like we're almost giving things away at the moment. The sponsored listings do help. Next up we have Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. This is just a separate order on its own. Again, I'll put up screen, I think $23.99 for this one. So yeah, not a bad little sale. I think it was up for around about 30, so with a coupon kind of off. Again, that'll be Yodel jobby, so I get to keep hopefully, well, just under 20 quid, so about 18.90, £19 or something for that book. So that'll be going out of the door. Next up we have Julian of Norwich. I think I actually bought these. These are part of an auction bundle, this one, and just got loads of the stuff like Julian of Norwich, sort of religious stuff. But yeah, I had quite a few early editions of those. I think that one sold for £7.99, but I've had some yeah, sort of early editions sold for about 20-25 quid previously. So I didn't pay a lot for the box, probably about 4 to 6 quid is all I normally pay for a box from an auction of books, and that includes the fee as well. But yeah, most of the time it worked out quite nice. Next up we've got Advise and Consent, which is Alan Drury. Not a huge amount again for this one, another vintage book, £7.99. So fees off at postage, should see a £5 from that one. And next up we have something a little bit different. I think they're in there. I'm going to have a rummage because my arm is still knackered. But we come across these like acrylic paint sets. I think these are actually from a book clearance, funny enough. But the lady just wanted to give away a load of other bits of bric-a-brac to us. But these are brand new, unopened. I've had 3 of these. I think promoted listings they were selling for about £8.99. But this one's gone for about 6 quid ish, last one. So sold out on them now. But yeah, like acrylic artist paint. So another little space in there. Let's use the phone. I know where I can look then. So right in that back. Got them. These are like Tefal. I'll put a thingy up on the screen, but it was one of our domestic customers. She knows what we do. Gave us all this stuff. Unfortunately, I think a part of the actual main machine was broken. But it's like a grating machine. So yeah, a customer was basically going to throw it away. We took it off our hands because it was missing like some sort of shield thing or something. So yeah, basically stuck the machine on eBay and then sold these little attachments as spares. So you got like a slicer and a grater there. So it's the yellow one that sold about £6.99, nothing huge. The other 2 had sold for a tenner. Again on promoted listings, so harder and harder to sell, but they've gone, or the yellow one has gone, so we'll keep that out. Next up we have, actually I don't have these actually on me, so I'll put a comp up on screen, ding ding, somewhere there. But yeah, it's like a vintage coal scuttle, which Claire came up with a really good idea of, like it could be used as an umbrella stand. So quick intuition there, she used the umbrella stand, or used the coal scuttle, put some umbrellas in it, quick photo in the corner, and that's gone for £17.99. So just some old tin thing that would have just sat in the garden or gone up scrap metal, it's now gone to someone's home, or will do, as an umbrella stand. So £17.99 for something that was virtually useless. So yeah, put it on screen for you there. And next up we have is a book, or cookbook. Where are we looking here? This is actually one of the older stocks actually. There we go. Had this one for quite some time. Looked online, as we do, to do the researchers, and it was coming around about 75 quid initially online. Seen a bit over inflated prices, down to about 50 quid touch. And that's what it's at. It's sat there for months and months and months on the shelf. Then I just happened to be looking for something else, or doing some research on something else the other day, and it came up with something that interested me, was that this book, let me just get it on there, see, so the practical cookbook, Francis Dale, which is a pseudonym, is that the right word? Fanny Craddock, everyone knows Fanny Craddock, famous cook back in the day, but basically Francis Dale is Fanny Craddock. So as soon as I put that into the title of the listing and changed it all, someone went and bought it for 45 quid, and I'd reduced, so yeah, I'd actually reduced this book down to 25, sorry, and I hadn't sold, should explain that bit. So I had reduced it down to 25, then realised that Francis Dale was Fanny Craddock, so put that in the title, whacked it back up to 45 quid. I think this book sold within like 7 days, 2 weeks, something like that. It sold for almost double the original asking price. And I reduced it to 20 quid. So, yep, going 45 quid on that one. Next, the Reput Books. These sell thick and fast. Christmas tree one. This is a 1965 edition. There, 1965, and I still got the price, so unclipped price on there. So this is sold for £11.99. Next up we have Arthur Rackham. That's it. I'm going to have to move a couple of these. Arthur Rackham, Masterpieces of Art. That book, well hidden up there, but it's a very nice, clean condition book. Anyone who knows about Arthur Rackham, he's someone to look out for, a famous illustrator. So older the better with Arthur Rackham in, definitely worth a look up. Let's put them back in. And next up we have, we sold a load of these vintage books here. A lot of these what are left now are history books, but yeah, we sold, I think, was it 2 lots of 25 of these, so basically 50 vintage books. I've said before, some of the copies are really good, sort of sell individually, and then just a lot of copies, unfortunately, only about 5-6 quid on eBay. So by the time you posted fees, you're only making £1 per book, and it takes ages to sell them as well. So heat them up into a box, few quid postage, bit of fees, you end up with around about 20 quid for 20 per 25 books. So and that off the shelf really quick. So we sold 2 lots of 25 for £79.99. Again, put that up on the screen. So yep, that was nice to get rid of a lot of these. There's a heck of a lot more in there as well. So yeah, 50 of these will be going out the door. I think I got another order more at the beginning of the week for another 10 as well, which is £24.99 for the 10. So again, on the screen. A couple of things that I have already shipped was The Gun by C.S. Forrester, again up on screen, 1933 edition, sold for £14. Hookers of Q by Mia Allen, £6.99 for that one. I think that was on my coupon, so normally about £9.99 or £8.99, something like that. And then we got a vintage phone. I think I picked that up from auction. Sell them quite regularly. Good working order, anywhere 50, 75, 100, depending on what type they are. This one didn't work. It had all the modification on the actual phone, like the modern plug. Plugged it in, tested it, didn't ring, thought it was broken, picked up the phone, and I could actually hear and speak through it. So mic and speaker wise worked, it's just the ringer didn't work. But nevertheless, it's a vintage Bakelite phone, broken, £19.99, and I've done that for Yodel as well for £2.69 postage. Next up we had this is a cheap book. This is one that went on a coupon, but yeah, had this for ages. It's Why Your Parents Are Driving You Up the Wall. for £2.76. Ouch, gonna lose on that book, but nevertheless, hopefully get a feedback from it. And next up we have this vintage, well, I say vintage, it's more antique. Go the right way round. The Victorian artist box. So brass handles on there, with a brass lock. Unfortunately, don't have the key for it, but it's embossed. I don't know whether you can see it on here, but it's all leather embossed on the actual case. Just lift it up. It's quite tatty, unfortunately. It's quite big. Also, it's got like little compartments on the inside with one of the original Victorian glass like bowls or inkwell. Bits to put your brushes in. Obviously, I noted that the condition wasn't great. Got like a little wallet satchel in here. But the story is, this came from the clearance, tatty old house clearance that we've done. Get it the right way. So it's all good condition on the inside. But yeah, we got this from that guy's clearance. And it was, I think it had things like postcards in it. So initially I was going to just chuck it straight in our auction, local auction, show out to Keys Auction in Elsham again, and see what we could get for this. But I done a bit of research online and found out, like I say, it was a Victorian artist box, and I thought, hello, there might be a bit of value in this. And done a bit of googling, some really nice ones going out there. If you can see these on car boots, sell for mega money, really good money. And this one I noticed had a VR stamp, which got me a bit excited. But you'll find, or what I found, was that that's quite common on things like brass locks of the era, that they were stamped. So yeah, thought it was worthless, popped up for sale and got £35 for that. So that's got to be taken away today and shipped and packed. Result, price up on screen. There we go, have the old mush shot again. Yeah, so we've got a few bits going out, so hey, happy guy. Yeah, lost promoted listings, been punished hard the last few weeks over that. So yeah, sales had dropped, but was it just me? I don't think so. Loads of others are talking about it as well, so hopefully yeah, things will pick up for everyone. Just what, a couple more I need to get out. Had 3 men and a boat sell as well, so it's going back about a week now, so just sort of 28th of October I think. We've got 3 men and a boat, first edition, which came out at £10, put that up on the screen. Creatures of the Night as well, by Alfred Rees, that came out at £17.99. And Pharos the Egyptian by Guy Boothby. This was like a weird paper, well, I say weird, it was a paperback book. I could find it everywhere in hardback version. Thought I'd stick it on for an auction and see how we go. Put it up for £29.99. Middle ground, I suppose, on the hope someone would bid for it, and I got one bid. So this one sold for £29.99 on an auction. And then last but not least, a Frank Zappa CD for £6.49. So it should go as a small letter. Get that one gone, or that one has gone, beg your pardon. So yeah, nice little week in sales. Hope it's looking up for everyone. Yeah, nice to be back on air again. Thanks to everyone who has subscribed so far. So close to 500. So yeah, nearly there, eh? Nice seeing you all again. Hope you're all keeping well. Take care. Don't forget to click the like button below. Any questions, please do ask in the comments down below. And of course, don't forget to hit subscribe. Really appreciate it. Let's see if we can get 500. Alright, nice one. Take care. Thanks again. All the best.